Hello everyone, and welcome to English Stories for Beginners. I'm your host, Anna. Today, we're exploring Columbus Day, a holiday with a fascinating history and some big ideas. Have you ever wondered why Columbus Day is celebrated or what it really means? Stay tuned, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments.
Hi, Anna. I'm excited to join this episode. Columbus Day is observed on the second Monday of October in the United States and some other countries too. There's a lot to talk about, including some interesting vocabulary for English learners.
Let's start with the basics. Columbus Day was originally observed on a specific date, October 12. It's named after Christopher Columbus, the Italian sailor who led 3 Spanish ships to claim new lands in 1492.
Let's pause and explain the word sailor. A sailor is a person who works on a ship or boat, traveling on water. Columbus was a sailor because he traveled by sea to new places.
That's right, and you mentioned he came to claim new lands. Now, let's explain that word. To claim means to say that something belongs to you or your country. Columbus claimed new lands for Spain, even though people already lived there.
Exactly, Anna. This is a big part of Columbus's story. There's even a famous poem that helps people remember the date. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Let's take a moment to explain poem. A poem is a piece of writing, often with rhythm or rhyme, that expresses feelings or ideas in a creative way.
Some people say Columbus discovered North America, but not everyone agrees with that interpretation. Columbus only reached some islands in the Caribbean Sea.
Let's explain discovered. To discover means to find something for the first time. But, as Anna mentioned, many people already lived on those lands, so it's important to think about whose discovery it was.
Good point. Also, the word arrival is important here. Arrival means the act of coming to a place. Columbus's arrival in the Caribbean was a huge event in history.
And interpretation, that's how people understand or explain something. Some people interpret Columbus's actions differently, depending on their point of view.
Columbus Day has been a federal holiday since 1937. This means government offices, schools, and post offices are closed. Many people use the day to celebrate their heritage.
Let's talk about federal. In the United States, federal refers to the national government, not just one state. And heritage is another key word. It means the traditions and history passed down from earlier generations.
That's right. Many Italians celebrate Columbus Day because Columbus was born in Genoa, Italy. Let's explain Genoa. Genoa is a city in Italy where Columbus was born. So, Columbus Day is also a way for Italian Americans to think about their roots.
And to celebrate means to do something special because of an important day or event. On Columbus Day, people have parades, gather with family, or learn about history.
Speaking of celebrations, many cities host large parades, like New York City and San Francisco. Let's explain host. To host means to organize or hold an event. A city can host a parade, just like you can host a party.
And these parades often celebrate the Hispanic or Latino community. The word Hispanic refers to people who come from Spanish-speaking countries, especially in Latin America or Spain. Latino is a similar word, often used for people from Latin America.
Another important word is community. A community is a group of people who live in the same place or have something in common, like language or culture. Parades help bring the community together.
And the word ethnic relates to a group of people with the same culture, language, or background. On Columbus Day, many ethnic groups celebrate their unique heritage.
But not everyone agrees that Columbus should be honored. Some states, like South Dakota, do not observe the holiday and instead call it Native American Day or Indigenous Peoples Day.
Let's pause and explain indigenous. Indigenous people are the first people to live in a place before others arrived. In the U.S., Native Americans are the indigenous people.
That's a key point. The word European also comes up a lot in this story. European means someone or something from Europe, the continent. Columbus and his crew were European explorers.
And exploration refers to the act of traveling to new places to learn about them. Columbus's journeys were famous explorations.
In Hawaii, the holiday is called Landing Day or Discoverer's Day. In some places, people hold protests or vigils to remember Native Americans who were harmed.
Let's explain vigil. A vigil is a quiet event where people stay together, often at night, to remember someone or something important. It's a time to think and reflect.
Another term is Dia de la Raza, which means Day of the Race in Spanish. To translate means to change words from one language into another. So, Dia de la Raza is translated into English.
This shows how different cultures interpret and name the same holiday in their own ways, highlighting the diversity of perspectives.
Earlier, we mentioned that Columbus didn't land on North America proper. Let's explain proper. In this case, proper means the main part of North America, not just nearby islands.
And speaking of island, an island is a piece of land surrounded by water. Columbus landed on islands in the Caribbean, not the continent itself.
That's an important detail. When we talk about history, being specific is helpful. For example, specific means clear and exact, not general.
And Columbus conducted his explorations in the name of Spain. To conduct means to carry out or do something, such as a trip, an experiment, or a meeting.
Now, let's connect this story to our lives today. Columbus Day shows how history can be seen from different perspectives and how holidays can bring up important conversations. Can you think of a holiday in your country that has different meanings for different people?
That's a great question, Anna. For example, in many countries, national days can mean pride for some, but sadness for others. This makes us think about how we interpret history and whose stories we remember.
Exactly! Talking about these topics can help us build a better community by listening to different voices and learning from the past.
So, next time you hear about Columbus Day or see a parade, think about all the different people and stories connected to that day. It's a great way to practice your English and your critical thinking.
Let's review today's vocabulary. First, arrival when someone comes to a new place. Example, the arrival of spring makes me happy. Next, celebrate to do something special for an event. Example, we celebrate birthdays with cake.
Here are more. Claim to say something is yours. Example, she claimed the last cookie. Community, a group of people with something in common. Example, the school community worked together. Explore and exploration to travel and learn about new places.
Another tip, make flashcards with the new word on one side and the meaning on the other. Say the words out loud and try to use them in your own sentences. Practice with a friend or even talk to yourself in English.
Don't forget to look for these words in books, movies, or news articles. The more you see and hear them, the easier it will be to remember. Repetition is key to learning new vocabulary.
Before we finish, here's a question for you. How do you feel about holidays that have many different meanings for different people? Share your answer in the comments or talk about it with a friend. We'd love to hear your ideas.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, every time you try to use a new English word, you're getting better. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Mistakes help you learn.
Stay motivated and keep practicing your English every day. Even 5 minutes can make a big difference. We're proud of you for taking this step.
And here's a final tip. Read short stories or news articles in English and write down any new words you find. Challenge yourself to use them in conversation. Until next time, keep smiling and keep learning. Goodbye, everyone.